The Tvwan News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello and welcome. This is Tvwan News. In this edition, police maintain presence at Baruni. MAF bridging education gap in Western Province. And Peppers defeated in opening match. NCD police are monitoring Gerehu, Rainbow and Baruni areas following speculations that displaced youths from Baruni may launch retaliation on motorists and the public. According to police, no major attack has occurred since yesterday. However, the public must take precautions when moving in these areas.
Following the eviction at Baruni in the Mosby Northwest Electorate over the weekend, the travelling public along the Gerehu, Rainbow and Baruni areas have been warned to take precautions when travelling in these areas due to speculations that the displaced youths who were evicted may launch retaliation. The speculation driven via social media, causing fear among the public. However, NCD police have continued to maintain presence in those areas, ensuring that the road remains safe for the public to use. According to NCD and Central Commander, Acting Assistant Commissioner of Police Benjamin Turi, the eviction at Baruni was enforced according to a court order and is part of an ongoing eviction exercise around this area. The eviction came to a halt last year after the machine hit a power line. The eviction was launched again over the weekend as part of the exercise that started last year. He said homicide officers are currently investigating the brutal death of the young woman and police personnel are searching for the perpetrators who are on the run. Tracy Pa, TV1 News.
The people of Motu Koita have welcomed the official announcement of the Motu Koita Assembly elections scheduled to take place in April. The Office of Member for Mosby Northwest, Lohia Boy Samuel, also thanked the Minister for Provincial and Local Level Government Affairs, Soroi Eoe, for confirming the dates for the elections. The traditional Motu Koita villages of Hanuabada, Elevala, Baruni, Tatana and Motu Koita communities on the east side, including Taurama, Pari, Mahuru, Kirakira, Korobosia and Vabukori, thanked the Governor for NCD, Poes Pakob, for formally receiving their petition on Monday, the 10th of February 2025 at the Sir Hubert Murray Stadium, which led to the announcement of election dates by the Department of Provincial and Local Level Affairs. The Office of Member for Northwest, Lohia Boy Samuel, also thanked the Minister for Provincial and Local Level Government Affairs, Soroi Eoe. The 32 candidates who signed the petition to the Provincial and Local Level Government Affairs described this as a significant moment as their voices and concerns were finally heard after years of waiting. Now the people of Motu Koita are looking forward to a fair and trouble-free election process that will allow more than 50,000 people to have proper representation. The Office of Member for Mosby Northwest said this was a positive step forward as the election delay had caused uncertainty and frustration. The PNG Road Fund will work towards maintaining the national road networks in PNG, ensuring that they meet acceptable standards. The PNG Road Fund opened its new lay office on Friday, February the 14th.
The PNG Road Fund established under the Road Management and Fund Act 2020, is responsible for the collection, disbursement and monitoring of funds to maintain and upgrade the national road network. The PNG Road Fund opened its second office at the Nadzab Tomodachi International Airport on Friday, February 14th. Chairman of the Road Fund and Secretary for Finance, Samuel Peñas, emphasized the importance of servicing an area that would contribute to the economic growth of this country. The Leh office will focus on the Highlands Highway, the Ramu Medang Road, as well as the proposed transnational highway that will be connecting Morobe Province to Port Moresby. Similar sentiments were expressed by Works Secretary Gibson Holemba, who outlined that we are good at building roads, but we are not good at taking care of them. This is why the PNG Road Fund was established, to maintain the national road network.
Major network of our country is here in Leh because of the three national highways connected here, Ramu Highway, the main Highlands Highway which is from Leh all the way to Kopiako, which connects the entire development resource areas up in the Highlands region, including Waubulo. Currently we're constructing the transnational highway. So having to establish the road fund office in here is very strategic, so we can raise funds to run road maintenance works across the country. We have almost 9,000 kilometers of national highway network, which is currently funded through the road fund. And I'm thankful that the board has given us 25 million kina last year. We have started road maintenance works, if you see from Tumail coming into Yalu.
Furthermore, as part of the road maintenance efforts, way bridges will be established to collect fees, with Holemba stressing that most of the damaged pavements are caused by overloaded heavy vehicles. Kamala Guare, Tvwan News, Leh.
Meantime, the Chief Executive Officer of the PNG Road Fund, Joseph Kintao, outlined that their new Leh building has been designed as a smart building to meet data requirements.
We have a lot of connection with the Department of Works and Highways. They are the what we call the network manager. They maintain all the inventory of roads throughout the country, all the inventory of bridges throughout the country. They maintain data on conditions of the road in the country. So the way we design our buildings, our offices, is basically to be able to connect into their database so that it is easy for us to get that information and provide dashboard assessment, dashboard communication, what we call business integration. If planning wants information on certain performance from Road Fund, we get to. So that's the idea about smart buildings.
Given the tough geographical terrains of the Western Province, education remains a huge challenge for students here. Mission Aviation Fellowship, or MAF, is working to bridge this gap by delivering study materials to FOAD students around the Middle Fly region and airlifting students to FOAD centers when needed. The FOAD program in the region is being funded by the PNG Sustainable Development Program and managed by the Kokoda Track Foundation, with its headquarters based in Baltimore. For many students in Western Province, there has been no viable answer for a second chance in completing primary school education for many years. But with the help of MAF, the Flexible Open Distance Education Program is aiming to change that. FOAD is funded by the Sustainable Development PNG SDP and implemented in partnership with the Kokoda Track Foundation in Western Province. There are FOAD colleges in Baltimore, Lake Murray, Morehead, and Daru. Apart from these established centers, they have the Education Patrol program to reach the most isolated students who are not able to go to any of their colleges due to the tough terrain.
Planes make it easier for us to reach the unreached communities, That's something which we are so proud of. The only form of transport is through MAF.
About 170 students participated in the Education Patrol program when it first started last year. This year, they are looking at 400 students. Each student is supplied with tablets and assignment papers that are brought to the rural areas via MAF and course materials that they are going to be studying are all loaded into the tablets.
There isn't many high schools in Western Province. How about when there is no high school in these remote areas? Most of them go out from grade 6 and then they're in the village. These are the ones that we are targeting now, and that is where MAF is playing a bigger role in making sure that we are carrying out our program.
SDP Director of Education Programs, Dr. Brad Shea, said FODE has increased access to education for underrepresented communities. 8 students and 2 staff of Paradise College returned from China after participating in the prestigious Concordia International School Shanghai Model UN Conference. This conference is a simulation of United Nations conference held by Concordia, where each participant engages in the debates as a delegate of their designated country.
The Concordia International School Shanghai Model UN Conference is affiliated with the Hagu International Model United Nations. Under the theme Bridging the Divide, the conference began on February 14 to 16, with 700 students participating from 50 schools worldwide. Papua New Guinea was represented by Paradise College for the first time. According to history teacher Michael Kapek, the students have been diligently preparing since November 2024 under the guidance of their supervisor to represent the school on the international stage. Kapek said the conference focuses on international diplomacy. It highlights negotiation, passing resolution, and communicating at the highest level. Despite participating in this conference for the first time, the students performed extremely well.
Were given the task to represent different countries, not from Papua New Guinea, although they were Papua New Guineans, but they were given different countries to represent. They had to do their research on those countries, and they had to present policy issues at the conference where they had to debate on it, they had to lobby, and then they had to pass those resolutions as model on the actual United Nations conference in New York.
Former student Sidel Mandau thanked Paradise College for the opportunity that has opened his eyes to see a lot of things and gain a lot of experience that he intends to contribute to the growth and development of PNG.
China, it was my first time going from a country that will almost turn 50 to one of the superpowers in the world. As a student, it is very eye-opening to see a lot of difference between our country. Sometimes it is good that we take others as an example so we can come back to our country and improve things and make it better.
Another former student, Victoria Koi, and current grade 12 student, Marie Karu, shared similar sentiments.
That I learned were very different from Papua New Guinea and what we normally have here. They were advanced in technology. They're mostly well-rounded. The people there they work on time. That's what I noticed. Unlike our people in Papua New Guinea, where we work on PNG time.
The main things I learned is that addressing women equality in the Supreme Court or places where decisions are being recognized.
Meanwhile, the representation of the students for the first time has set a foundation for the school to participate in the conference next year onwards. Tracy Pa, TV1 News.
This is TV1 News. Among stories after the break, court rules in favor of Kujali and ECPNG Missionary overseas.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase EasyPay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo and milk taste and added nutrients, Milo and milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Find PNG made.
New Fabuloso multi-purpose cleaner with an irresistible fragrance that lasts all day long, creating a field of flowers in every corner of your home. With an irresistible fragrance that lasts and lasts all day long. Fabuloso, irresistible fragrance.
Meet the bank for everyone, everywhere. As People's Microbank, we were proud to be a bank for the people. Now as National Banking Corporation, we are bringing modern banking to all in Papua New Guinea. With more branches and our friendly staff ready to assist you in more places, we are making money matters simple and fair. So wherever you are, however you say it, say hello better banking. Learn more at nbcpng.com.pg.
I'm going to Ghana to meet Matilda for the first time.
Things might be a little too heavy for her.
I'm gonna meet my boyfriend, but I'm freaking out because I have my ex with me.
90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days. Wednesdays 8:30 on Teams.
Welcome back. Students and teachers at Boraboa Primary School are starting the 2025 academic year with a major digital upgrade. BSP Live PNG has delivered a fully equipped e-library benefiting over 3,200 students and 56 teachers. BSP Live PNG Country Manager Nilson Singh at the handover ceremony emphasized the power of education in shaping future leaders. The school administration called the e-library a game changer for learning. This initiative is part of BSP's ongoing commitment to education and community development, ensuring students have access to digital learning tools for a brighter future. The National Court on Thursday, the 13th of February, ruled in favor of Anderson Kujali, affirming his position as chairman of the Mananda Landowners Association.
The ruling delivered by Justice Derek Hood dismissed a challenge to Kujali's appointment filed by Kopo Pepe, effectively ending a 2-year dispute. Following the court's decision, Kujali, accompanied by his deputy chairman, Jackson Moyali, and landowners from the Southeast Mananda region, Petroleum Development License Area PDL2 Hela Province, welcomed the victory.
Make him plant something, you go come now, make him come, plant opportunity, miss out, benefit, miss out. Plant something, never make it, but miss out because argument, is la, no had leadership. One so making come, or something, miss out. So now, me appeal, beneficiaries, chief, ILG chairman, or some now, time to law. He
said the court's ruling now allows the landowner group to move forward and represent the interest of the people of Southeast Mananda. A relieved Martin Combry of Kujali's lawyers said the court ruling has finally resolved a protracted dispute that was hammered by delayed tactics.
The two gentlemen, Lepani Kujali and Kopol Pepe, have not actively assisted the court in prosecuting the case and completing the case in a timely manner. There were many adjournments. The lawyers came up with a lot of excuses, reasons, seeking adjournments after adjournments after adjournments. they played delay tactic to prolong Anderson Kujali and his team to perform and function as the new executives of Mananda Landowners Association.
Kujali issued a call to action urging development partners of the PDL2 project to work with the landowners of Southeast Mananda and the board. He believes by working together, they can ensure the effective delivery of services and ensure that all beneficiaries of the project receive the benefits they are entitled to. Tracy Pa, Tvwan News.
Steamships Trading Company and Laba Holdings have officially launched Hebamo Transport Limited, a specialized landslide logistics company to support the Papua LNG project. The 51-49 joint venture, with Laba as the majority stakeholder, follows 14 months of collaboration since signing an MOU at the 2023 Sydney Investment Conference. HTL will focus on heavy transport and project cargo logistics, ensuring efficient and reliable supply chain solutions. Laba Holdings CEO Isikeli Taureka emphasized landowner participation, employment, and skills development, while the steamship's corporate affairs general manager Velerupa highlighted the venture's role in enhancing local business engagement. With HTL now fully operational, it is poised to play a crucial role in the Papua LNG project's construction phase and future major infrastructure projects across PNG. For the first time, the Evangelical Church of Papua New Guinea in Kutubu is set to send a missionary to Australia, a significant milestone for the church and the local community. This initiative has the full backing of the Kutubu local level government through a funding support of 100,000 kina.
The decision to send a missionary overseas reflects the church's commitment to outreach and spreading its message beyond Papua New Guinea. It also signifies the growing role of local governance in supporting religious and community initiatives. In a small ceremony today, Kutubu LLG President John Pipikila presented a check of 30,000 kina to the couple missionary. The balance of 20,000 kina will be presented later. Missionary Manasa Bogo and wife Rhoda will be serving in Victoria, Australia for 2 years and thanked President Kila for his support.
I'm first time inshallah Kutubu, first black missionary candidate inshallah Church from Evangelical Church of Papua New Guinea, long go out, another black country. So me like to thank you, Lord this black time, long Kutubu LLG, Honorable John P.B. Kila, President. Me like to thank you one time bail mibla, mitubla one time hard mitubla ego, and long you President. Na to lo leadership lo you, na team lo you, directors, jadi staff long sabo team this labok mission lo God imas ko yet.
We believe na prayer lo mitu plan some God by open him eye lo more leaders inside lo lay kutubu lo sabo team work lo big plan.
The LLG's support underscores the importance of collaboration between church missions and local authorities in promoting cultural exchange and strengthening relationships with other communities.
Church work and you mean okay, stop here, stop long underneath of God. Gori no stop, Papa Gori no stop. Em no lugar you mean stop ocean. You mean must hold him God right hand. So sabot in Papa God, work lo God, and you blow like all longer. I mean na Muslim lo ilabami sabot in you blow.
The missionaries' role in Australia will involve sharing the values and teachings of the Evangelical Church, fostering interfaith dialogue, and enhancing the Church's international presence. This initiative is expected to not only benefit the Church, but also enrich the cultural ties between PNG and Australia, promoting a deeper understanding and appreciation of each other's traditions and beliefs.
And 30,000 lo preparing you yet. And we got beginning Kutubu, 18 council beginning Kutubu, supporting pastor.
Meantime, council elder of their village, Elijah Yore, also made a commitment to help support the missionaries.
Now today me play look savi or saying me lo mas game long God. 10.5 me lo mas game long God to carry him out missionary blonde, work mission blonde churches.
Freddie Moe, Tvwan News.
And now the finance news. The kina closed lower at $0.2487 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2412 $0.3770 Australian dollars, €0.2227 and 36.23 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold, copper and crude oil closed higher, palm oil closed lower, and coffee, cocoa and copper closed the day unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed unchanged, ASX closed lower, and all ordinaries closed lower as well. You're watching TV1 News. We'll have news overseas when we return. Stay with us.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase easy pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magical cuddle, get up a big smile on face. Time for Kim chicken, a great Motu. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, the taste PNG loves.
How would you describe your mother?
My mom is beautiful. She is strong like Superwoman. I love my mom because she always takes care of me.
My mom, she's so patient and loving. I feel she's always around.
Karen, she works so hard and always wants the best for me.
She's soft like her love.
My mom is everything, and I don't know what I'd do without her.
Softland, fragrance of a mother's love.
Your TV is about to burst with more channels. Catch live sports events. Be informed with international news.
U.S. officials are worried that this could...
Sit back and enjoy the blockbuster movies.
You need to stop this.
I'll work for you.
Or let your kids enjoy all their favorite cartoons and many more exciting channels now available on your Digicel 60-channel prepaid pack. Subscribe now to a 60-channel Digicel TV prepaid pack. 1, 7, 14 or 30-day plan and enjoy 60 channels of world-class entertainment. Dial *515# to subscribe now. Digicel TV. More channels, more choice, more value.
Thanks for staying with us. Social media like TikTok, Facebook and Instagram will be crucial to winning the 2025 election in Australia. The official campaign isn't yet underway, but ABC News Verify has been investigating the Prime Minister and opposition leaders' use of digital platforms.
Social media will matter more than ever this election. Just under half of Australians get their news from it. It's the main source of news for nearly 2/3 of Gen Z. At ABC News Verify, we compared Anthony Albanese and Peter Dutton's TikTok feeds. The data was captured in early February. Peter Dutton is way up on average plays on his TikTok videos, despite Mr Albanese posting more. There's not much data to compare as the PM only joined in December. The Liberal Party's TikTok is also ahead, filled with lots of memes.
You're very much seeing this separation between party mimetic humour and individual political authenticity, which I think is really strong and definitely being noticed.
They look at and go, okay, right, we're not going to reach you on TV, I'm not going to reach you on radio or other forms of media. Where I can really get you on is TikTok.
Claiming to have 8.5 million active monthly users, TikTok will be crucial to winning voters, especially younger ones. The incumbents are faring better on Meta platforms, Instagram and Facebook, than they are on TikTok. ABC News Verify calculated average interactions on the platforms by dividing the total number of monthly interactions, for example, comments, shares and likes, by monthly posts. The numbers show the Prime Minister far ahead on Instagram over the last year. If we take a look at the graph on Facebook interactions, he's in the lead there too. Though, when we look on party pages, the Liberals have an edge on Labor.
Some of those could be negative emojis. And then also the comments. There could be very, very negative, nasty comments added in that. But that's still adding to the engagement, which then adds to the algorithm, which then pushes it out further.
On polling day, whenever that is, we'll know if any engagement is good engagement.
When police clashed with protesters at a mining conference in Melbourne in 2019, officers faced backlash over their handling of demonstrators as they attempted to make arrests. Almost 6 years later, on the first day of a class action trial representing those who were pepper sprayed, it's alleged police used excessive force when they deployed their capsicum spray, their lawyers describing the incident as total overreach.
This is the moment things turned ugly. Protesters capsicum sprayed as police attempted to arrest a pair who'd scaled 2 poles. Now, a class action representing dozens who say they were sprayed by police in October 2019 outside the International Mining and Resources Conference in Melbourne alleges the force used by officers as they tried to make those arrests was unlawful.
Police's use of OC spray, which is capsicum spray, was not proportionate and reasonable to the threat that they faced.
The lead plaintiff is filmmaker Jordan Brown. He's seeking damages, claiming he suffered physical and psychological harm when he was allegedly pushed, crushed and sprayed. His barrister, Fiona Forsyth Casey, told the court he wasn't engaging aggressively. He wasn't interfering with any arrest. He was just standing there.
If he is found to have suffered battery, then we're hoping that's part of the finding.
Body-worn vision of the incident was played to the court, some in the public gallery shaking their heads and comforting each other as the vision was shown. But lawyers for Victoria Police told the court Mr Brown was only sprayed directly once and wasn't assaulted by police. Sam Hay KC adding that Mr Brown actively resisted police attempts to apprehend the climber. The trial is expected to continue for more than 2 weeks, with police witnesses to be called on for evidence.
For some, it's the stuff of nightmares, wasps, moths, ants and beetles. But for insect enthusiasts, a dedicated collection of creepy crawlies is a dream come true. And now a small group has been given a glimpse at the Northern Territory's most significant library of insects, which is usually kept behind closed doors.
Researching fruit flies in Papua New Guinea when a new species was named in his honour.
So it's called Thistletoe. It was found from Mount Hagen in Papua New Guinea, but it's since been found in Indonesia.
40 years on, he's the custodian of this important archive in Darwin, the Northern Territory's official insect collection, an entomological database of 56,000 specimens stretching back more than half a century.
Every single record in that collection, in that big broad database, is verified by a specimen on a pin or on a slide or in alcohol.
All right, so take a look from the side. Today, the doors to the collection have been opened to the NT Field Naturalists Club, a community of aspiring entomologists and citizen scientists.
We learn to identify insects or, pick things up that we might not usually see and then say, hey, we found this really interesting bug, and maybe that bug will be a new species or maybe it would be an invasive species.
For many of us here, we're in paradise seeing an insect collection like that. It's just fantastic.
That's what's called aposematic coloration or warning coloration.
With an online membership of nearly 18,000, the club isn't just a community of hobbyists. They're an informed surveillance network in the fight against biosecurity threats.
And we monitor their Facebook page because they're always putting pictures up of new things they've found. Some of them are quite expert.
Well, it's very interesting. You can see all of the different things that are going on in the Northern Territory and just all the people sharing all the different types of insects.
It was citizen science that helped alert authorities to the arrival of papaya mealybug in the Northern Territory, an invasive pest from Central America which tore through many of Darwin's tropical trees in 2023. Now, the expert who stopped the invasion with the deployment of native ladybirds is sharing the wonders of her mealybug expertise.
I'm very happy to see their reaction by seeing this microscopic world which they can't see in day-to-day lives.
A cross-pollination between experts and enthusiasts.
Experts say Victorians need to address their ideas of future coastal living as governments move to ban building in some seaside communities based on predictions of rising sea levels. And for those landowners who have already paid for coastal blocks, the new regulations are having an immediate financial impact.
Lewis and his wife used their super to buy a house block on Loch Sport's waterfront in 2016. They started planning their retirement.
We bought the property on the basis that we had approval already.
But before construction could begin, updated sea level forecasts resulted in new state government regulations about where houses could be built. His approval was cancelled and his retirement dream was dashed. The new regulations heavily impact the state's low-lying east coast and in communities like Loch Sport show the devastating impact future sea level rises could have on some seaside towns. But experts say this will be the new normal.
I don't think this is alarmist at all. I think they're probably taking a conservative estimate, if anything.
David Kennedy says Victorians need to change the way they think about coastal living.
We've got to prioritise our society and what our desires are for the coastline. Do we want an urban seawall type coast or do we want a natural environment? And we're going to have trade-offs. We're not going to be able to have both.
Towns like Loch Sport are already dealing with the new reality.
We've got maybe around 30 blocks for sale at the moment that are impacted by the flood overlay. No buyers looking at them.
While across Wellington Shire, more than 350 blocks are affected.
The challenge is you can be left with essentially a dead duck block of land, and that unfortunately happens when a lot of these planning changes come into play.
The state government says it's safeguarding Victorians by making sure new homes aren't built in places that put people at risk. But for Henry Lewis, who is still paying rates on a block he can't use or sell, the cost of climate change is all too real.
It basically means the land has zero value.
More jobs have been lost in Whyalla, with steelworks contractor Fenner Dunlop telling up to 20 staff that the local business is closing. Australia's biggest steel manufacturer has extended an offer of help to the embattled Whyalla Steelworks.
Australia's largest steel manufacturer, offering a hand of support for Whyalla.
We're a steelmaker. I understand the challenges of being a steelmaker, and we stand ready to help if and when we're needed.
The Premier on the weekend met on the sidelines of Live Golf with BlueScope Steel's CEO Mark Vasella. Current Steelworks owner GFG owes tens of millions of dollars to private businesses and to the state government in the form of royalties.
Any interest of BlueScope in the Whyalla asset would have to be assessed at the time. I mean, it's currently owned by someone else, so it's hard to speculate on what the outcome for Whyalla might be.
When asked about the possibility of a government or BlueScope takeover of the Whyalla Steelworks, Mr Malinowskis indicated he'd prefer it to stay a private business.
Governments can't have a hands-off attitude, but we have to be doing it in collaboration
having a hands-on attitude in collaboration with the private sector.
The opposition is calling for the government to give some relief to local creditors.
What I would be more happy with is if the Premier came up with a way to get this $50 million that is sitting there and parked and getting some of that into the pockets of contractors and small business operators.
Mr Malinauskas says that money is set aside for an investment in the transformation of the steelworks to create green steel, and that creditors are owed money by steelworks owner Sanjeev Gupta, not taxpayers. The opposition is also moving to introduce an upper house select committee to probe the government's proposed $600 million hydrogen project, which has been thrown into doubt amid the crisis at the Whyalla steelworks. The proposal would need crossbench support.
You're watching Tvwan News. Later in sports, PNG Peppers go down in opener and softball squad working hard.
Can everybody say Mbula?
Following the 2024 Pacific Break competition, we're celebrating the best musicians from across the region.
We are in such a room treat tonight.
With a series of live performances from Fiji.
Y'all are amazing.
This week, experience the powerful storyteller, Jubin. Pacific Break concert, Jubin.
You can ask him everything. He is here to help you.
What we need is free hot dogs for everyone!
Great! He always has the solution in the pocket. Ask him to give you a helping hand, but watch out. Normal is not an option.
You can start to see crazy weird things. I'm Uncle Grandpa and I approve this message.
Catch Uncle Grandpa every Monday to Friday at 3 p.m. on HBO Family.
That is so far up your street, I can see that from your lounge.
What about getting something that looks just like this, but haven't made an alloy?
What a great way to waste £5,000.
The boys don't always sing from the same hymn sheet.
We're going to do it sand beige.
Just because you dress like you live in a retirement home doesn't mean we have to paint the car beige.
But in the end...
See, that looks ace. Oh, I hate it when he's right.
They're always in perfect harmony.
Tally ho!
Salvage Hunters Classic Cars starts Friday 9:30 on Turbo.
If you want to make it in this world, you've got to be a little weird. Make some waves. Take a leap. Follow your nose. And ruffle some feathers. Welcome to the oddest and most fascinating creatures on Earth. Welcome to Planet Weird. New episode, Saturday, on Love Nature.
Welcome back. An intense opening match in the 5th Pacific Oz Sports Netball Series saw Samoa, Scotland and First Nation Australia register their first wins at the Nissan Arena in Brisbane on Monday. Papua New Guinea Peppers in their opening outing succumbed to a 20-point defeat to the Scottish Thistles 67-47.
The PNG Peppers took off to a good start against the Scottish Thistles, who made their debut at the tournament with a full squad at play. The Peppers youngsters were ushered to a tough contest throughout the 4 quarters. Playing against a formidable team like Scotland was a tough one. The PNG Peppers played their hearts out in the first quarter, executing strong defense, taking the Scottish Thistles to a close 12-17 scoreline. Peppers were treated to a tough match in the second quarter as the Scottish Thistles regrouped to deliver their dominant play, cutting back PNG's defense and attack. The Scottish Thistles led 36-20 at half-time and advanced to a 52-37 scoreline in the third quarter. The big scoreline didn't deter the Peppers' performance as they improved on their game to register valuable points despite going down to the Scottish Thistles 67-47 at full time. In the other results from Monday matches, four-time reigning queens Tonga Tala fell short by 2 points to First Nation Australia 56-58 and Samoa beat Fiji Pearls 54-45. Day 2 matches are currently underway. Susan Oriape, TV1 Sports.
Preparations for the National Women's Softball Train-On squad towards the Pacific Mini Games in Palau are progressing very well and on schedule. The team trains 4 days a week, mainly focusing on both field and gym session under the PNG OC High Performance Program. While 2 players have pulled out of the Moresby squad due to work commitments, the girls are pushing hard to secure spots in the final squad of 17 players, which will be announced after a 1-week camp scheduled in March 2025.
When providing an update on the team's training and progress so far, President of the PNG Basketball Softball Confederation, Jenny Park, said after a slow start to training, there's been a complete change in attitude and mindset, seeing the girls in high spirits and pushing themselves, which she says is quite pleasing.
The progress has been good for the team. They've got about, I think they do 4 in a week, 4 days of training, high performance, as well as the field work, and then they have a game on a Saturday, which is the actual normal competition, yeah. So it's like 5 days altogether out of 7 days, they're actually playing softball, yeah. Over 30 players so far, 2 have pulled out due to work commitment. And they're all looking forward now towards the camp that's going to come about next month from the 2nd to the 15th, of which the selection is going to be done to trim that number down to 17.
The president also revealed that from the initial 30 women's squad so far, 2 have pulled out, namely Lisa Pollum and Freda Piscout, mainly due to work commitments. The squad is now looking forward to the next stage of the vetting process, which is a 1-week camp scheduled for next month from the 2nd to the 15th of March, from where the final selection of 17 will be confirmed. Mrs. Park again highlighted the importance of high-performance training, a prerequisite to the final team. She said they have seen good progress in the girls' work ethic and commitment over the past weeks.
They were doing the testing now on Tuesday, the second testing for high performance. We hope to get good results from that because there's been a lot of commitment into high performance as opposed to the first time the high performance was done. With the actual the drills for the game itself, softball, the coaches and the trainers have been taking the ladies through that on 2 days in a week, and it has been going well. I mean, the ladies are very talented. It's just that they've got to balance the both in terms of high performance and field work for them to be the person to be selected to be in the finalist for the mini games.
When giving a heads up on training for the other members of the squad in Kokopo and Kavieng, the president said the women have done their high performance testing a week ago with the results already in. They have nominated coach Albert Seri to take charge of the Kokopo girls, while Joe Lomaris is in charge of training for the 2 members in Kavieng. Mrs. Perk again emphasized that the real testing will take place in Port Moresby when they come over for next month's camp. The Confederation is looking forward to the camp as well as finalizing the team with the best 17 selected for the games. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
A group of promising young athletes in Papua New Guinea have been accepted for the National Sporting Institute's Athlete Development Program for training. This initiative, which has been in place since 2019, aims to discover and nurture athletic talent in the country. Many athletes who have previously participated in the program have gone on to not only represent Papua New Guinea proudly, but also secure scholarships for studies abroad.
During a meeting with parents, NSI Director Janet Gimmons discussed the achievements and the challenges the program has encountered. She emphasized the privilege of being selected and highlighted the program's dual focus on both education and athletics training. The approach ensures that athletes have viable career options after their sports careers, particularly as those training in the U.S. must meet specific academic standards such as maintaining a required GPA to compete at the collegiate level. ADP 2025 athletes are Tamara Barrow, Mana Martins, Micah Gisane, Damien Cote, Mary-Kate Pius, Bradford Holly, Danny Wackett, Nathan Kawana, Tony Tabor, and Japheth Wilson. The ADP is an initiative of the NSI under the Talent Identification and Development Catch Them Young slogan. Ms. Gimmons addressed one of the ongoing challenges of the program is funding. She urged parents to assist with funding efforts to help support the initiative. One parent, Michelle Barrow, shared her experience, stating that she was unaware of the program until her daughter, Tamara, was selected for the scholarship. As someone who is not familiar with sports, she expressed her commitment to support her daughter's ambitions. Head coach Mike Smith reinforced the program's core values, which include honesty, respect, communication, humility, and discipline. He stressed that these principles, along with effective time management and focus on both short and long-term goals, are crucial for the athlete's success. Smith conveyed the importance of holding these values to not only become better athletes, but also serve as good role models in their communities. He concluded with the program's motto, "Trust the process," encouraging athletes to focus on executing the fundamentals correctly, which will pave way for larger successes in the future. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
The construction work on the Sir Bill Skate Grandstand and Oval at Calgary in the Mosby South Electorate is approaching its final stages, with an official opening planned for after Easter. Member for Mosby South Justin Kuchenko, who co-sponsored the project, said though it took approximately 24 months to complete, he emphasized the importance of ensuring construction work is executed correctly and to standards.
The Mosby South MP highlighted that the new infrastructure will feature proper toilets, change rooms, and office and a car parking area. These facilities are intended to support training sessions, sporting tournaments, and various community activities. The Sir William Skate Oval, originally known as the Calgary Field, was the major sporting hub of Mosby South before going through a major reconstruction phase. Construction work is now into phase 2 and should take a couple of months before it is ready for use. Despite the project taking almost 24 months to complete, Tachenko emphasized the importance of ensuring that all aspects were executed correctly and to a high standard. He also announced that following the completion of the Sir Bill Skate Oval, work will progress into Stage 3, which involves earthworks on the hillside to prepare for future construction. This would see the construction of feeder ovals to cater for rugby league and other sports in the community. Susan Oreape, TV1 Sports.
And that ends the sports segment. We'll now have the weather forecast. Regional forecast. Southern. Port Moresby, sunny to partly cloudy evening with inland brief showers, drizzles. Alotau, cloudy evening with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Momase, lay partly cloudy with few showers tonight. Vanimo, cloudy periods with some rain showers. New Guinea Islands. Lorengau, partly cloudy with few showers. Kavieng, mostly fine. Kokopo-Rabaul, partly cloudy. Highlands. Mount Hagen, cloudy with evening occasional rain showers and possible thunderstorms. And other centers, partly cloudy with evening rain showers. Ocean forecast. Coral Sea. Sea slight to moderate with southwest to northwest winds of 10 to 20 knots. Solomon and Bismarck Seas. Sea smooth to slight with northwest to northerly winds of 5 to 15 knots. Bismarck Seas. Seas slight with northwest winds of 5 to 15 knots. Pacific Ocean. Seas smooth to slight with northeast winds of 5 to 15 knots. And coastal waters. Waters of southern PNG Indonesian border, Tudaro, Kiwai Islands, Kerma and Tuyul Island, Hood Point, Samarai Island, Cape Vogel, all Milne Bay Islands, and Huon Gulf to Finchefin, and waters of Manus and its western group of islands. Sea 0.5 to 1.5 meters. And that ends the news tonight. Thanks for your company. Good night.
The Tvwan News was proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.